Hi, and welcome to the Rise Inside podcast. I am so happy to have you here. If it's your first time listening to me, hi, I'm Julia. I'm a mindset coach and I help women go from self doubt to self trust to become the magnet they were born to be. So, here on this podcast, but also on my Instagram, we're talking manifestation, we're talking energetics, how to become magnetic, but we are also using neuroscience and mindset work to become our best self. And today, I wanted to share with you a story that happened to me 2 weeks ago that literally changed my life. And I know you may think it's overreacting, that just a test result would change my life. But believe me, when you change your perspective on things, you change your life. And that's what this test did to me. So, to give you a little bit of context, I was with my boyfriend and a friend. We were sharing dinner. And the conversation led towards the Myers-Briggs test. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but it's a personality test that you take. It's based on questions that you answer. It takes about 20 minutes to take. And we were talking about our personality. You know, you can be an INFP, ISFP, that kind of stuff. I don't know them all, but you get the point. And so we were talking about this. And when my friend asked me what was my personality type, I didn't know, truly. I did the test before, but I completely forgot the result because honestly, it didn't resonate at all. And I took that test literally 3 times before. And every single time the result came and I was completely jaded, honestly. It didn't talk to me at all. It didn't resonate. I didn't feel like I was belonging to that personality type. And I think I've got the result ENFP, mediator. I think it's that, or maybe it was advocate. I don't know, but it was something like that. So I said to my friend that I didn't know, and she was like, "Oh, but you have to take the test back. You know, it's so interesting to know." And I was like, "Okay, sure. I love taking a quiz. I don't know if you're like me, but if you grew up in the 90s or the 2000s, you love a quiz, okay?" And so I took the quiz again. And I answered the question, I think, a little bit differently than before because I know that before I responded a lot with neutral. You can choose between completely disagree, somewhat disagree, and vice versa. And in the middle, there's a neutral answer. And so I know that I responded a lot with neutral. But this time, I forced myself to go at least with somewhat agree or somewhat disagree, to give it a little bit of flavor, right? And when I got the result, it just completely clicked. It clicked, and I read the 3 first words, and I was like, yes, this is me. This is me. I feel it. It's calling out my soul, and it's really, really resonating with what I'm feeling at the moment. So first of all, I really noticed that it wasn't a coincidence that I took this test this night because we were talking about some struggles I was spiraling with, and it was completely in correlation with that test, and it blew my mind how the result of the test just answered the questions that I was asking myself and what I was feeling. So just incredibly amazed with the synchronicities and the signs that I received that day. But more than that, I really felt seen and I felt heard and I felt understood. And that is something that you cannot put a price on. It's so important. And that is something I really want to give my clients when they work with me. I want to make them feel seen, make them feel heard, make them feel like they're not a problem, like there's nothing wrong with them, like everything that they're feeling is valid. That's something I'm really, really obsessed about, I would say. It's something really important for me. And I really felt that when I read my results. So I guess now you want to know what I am. I am ISFP. I'm the adventurer. And truly, the difference between advocate and adventurer is crazy. I don't know how the results could have been more different than this, but it's crazy to me that I took the same test and that I got results that were so different. But I think that the last time I took it, I wasn't really honest with myself. I didn't do this inner work before when I took the test the first time. I didn't know myself that good, and so I couldn't be that much honest with the answers I was giving. And that's why this time when I took the test and I saw the result, I knew it was right. I knew it was 100% my personality type. So, what's an adventurer? Maybe you're one too. I don't know how many we are. I think it's 4% or maybe 8%. But it's creative people, artistic people, but also people who are always wanting to experience more stuff and stuff that are new, especially. So we are the adventurers. We want to go on adventures all the time. And that's a word I use every single day. I love to go on an adventure. And that's truly what my goal in life is. And so I'm telling you, when I saw that word on my screen saying I was an adventurer, I was like, okay, I'm called out, but that's totally fine. My soul is seen. I'm seen. I'm heard. And why did that test result change me and change my life? Because first of all, this feeling of being seen, this feeling of being heard and being like validated, like, hey, what you're feeling, what you're aspiring to do, what you want to do, the lifestyle you want, the rhythm you want, it's all okay. It's all good. You are driven to that. And that, oh my God, I cannot tell you how much I got relief out of this. It was amazing for me to feel that way, because at that time I was struggling and spiraling because I was feeling really frustrated with where I was at with my life, because I felt completely stuck in France where I'm living. And we live in a house in the center of France, and it's a wonderful house. I'm so grateful to be here. It's beautiful. The nature here, it's, oh my God, it's incredible. It's such a beautiful place to be in, and I couldn't be more grateful for that. But I was lacking this adventurous spice to it. And it was really making me depressed. For the first 6 months of the year, I was experiencing burnout, and I was really tired and I was really depressed. Some of it was linked to my work and my business, and I really took it too far, but it was also because I wasn't feeding my soul. I wasn't nourishing what my highest calling was. And my highest calling was adventure. And so when I read that, I felt completely seen, and it's just validated this need that I felt inside and that I felt was so misunderstood by everybody around me. Because I'm surrounded by people who don't want to do that kind of stuff. I'm surrounded by people who love their routine, who love their house, who don't want to leave all the time to go explore somewhere else, go to do something new, go out of their way, go out of their comfort zone. They are not like that. And that's totally fine. I'm not saying otherwise. That's super amazing. But it's not me. And I knew that. I knew I was called to explore the world, to explore every experience I could, because it's not only about traveling, even though it is, but there's also all kinds of experiences that you can do. For example, something really simple I really want to do is try out surfing. I really want to learn how to surf. I want to learn how to speak Korean. I really want to try climbing. And I've been feeling this my whole life. Like, I want to see it all. I want to try it all. I want to be a writer. I want to be a dancer. I want to be a singer. I want to do all things. I want to be a painter. Oh my God, there's so much things that I could experience in this life, that I could try out, that I can live, that I can savor. And that test result just made me feel like it was all okay. And I had the right to do that and to feel that way. Because when you're surrounded with people who don't understand you and don't understand this need, they can totally accept you. They were not like against it or anything, but they just didn't feel like I was feeling. And so when you have something that just makes you feel like, okay, you have the right to feel that, that's completely fine. And that's really normal because you're an adventurer. Oh my God, the relief. Because I was starting to think that I was just escaping life, that it was a flight response, that I was trying to flee something, and it was truly not. It can be. I know that travel may sometimes be my flight response. When I have a problem I don't want to deal with, I just go to another country and forget about it for 2 months. Okay, I know I can do that. But there's a deeper calling behind all of this. And now I know why. And since I took that test, I consciously choose to implement adventures, little adventures, in my day-to-day life. I try to find new experiences, new ways of doing the same thing also, to keep them spontaneous and nourishing. And it really got me so much relief that it helped me get out of my depressed state and burnout state, because I just remembered my calling. I just remembered who I was, and I remembered what I was here to do. So if you're like me, if you're creative, if you want to try so many things that it's almost impossible to do so in just one life, I'm feeling you, okay? We're in this together. You're probably an adventurer too. I suggest you take the Myers-Briggs test, because truly, as I said, life-changing for me. So maybe it will help you too on this journey, because there are other types of personalities that could match this description but have a little nuance to this, because I know there's a type that is like the inspirator or something like that, or the visionary, and you could match that description too. Anyways, that is my story. Thank you for listening to me. I hope that you like this kind of episode, more like story-based and not really educational, but just having some little entertainment with what I'm living. Let me know in the comments your type, your personality type. I would love to see how many adventurers there are listening to me and what other types are listening to this podcast. I'm so curious to see this. So let's comment your personality type in the comments and tell me if you liked this episode, or if you maybe had the same feeling I had when you got your results. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I will see you next Tuesday for a brand new one. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, like this episode, and come follow me on Instagram at Rise with Julia. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm wishing you a very, very good day. Bye.